What comes to mind in this moment is if anyone listening is very confident that they are right and they're in opposition with another member of the family, to check themselves and ask if they're in a polarity. Is their truth? I'll give you a simple way to kind of assess if you're in a polarity versus a problem. A problem has a right answer. A polarity doesn't. And I'll give you the most basic polarity that we all manage every day: inhale and exhale. And what I love about this polarity is that you cannot have an inhale without an exhale. The terms define each other. And all the polarities that we've talked about so far, you don't have tradition without innovation, and vice versa. So if you're in a strong opinion that you're right about something, ask yourself if you might be caught in a polarity. You may have some blind spots, because what is the pole that the other person or persons in your family believe to be true? And do those opposite words define each other? If that's the case, start to explore whether or not you may be in a polarity, get your plus sign out and start mapping it, the upsides and the overuses, and see if you can actually invite your family member to do the same. And then decide, for the sake of what are we managing this tension? What is our shared North Star? And can we find a way to come together where we both get the best of the opposites to serve that North Star?
As you're saying that, it's just kind of the image that comes to my mind is Patrick Lencioni's 5 Dysfunctions of a Team. And we get into business with our family members. I think it's so much easier to get into business with family members oftentimes because we do trust them. They know at the end of the day they have our back. And so that trust piece is already built in. The question then becomes, can we have healthy conflict with one another? And so your platform of doing the plus signs, that's that. How do I have this conflict conversation and talk about your side of the polarity versus my side of the polarity and how I see these things? And then what you just talked about is looking at those two pieces together to say, where can we commit to the path forward? And so it kind of just follows up that piece that Lencioni put out for us years ago. I think it just fits perfectly in how to map through those conversations. So appreciate you sharing that.
My pleasure. Yeah, I actually have a process in the book about how to have those hard conversations, and I break them into two kinds. I'll credit Adam Grant in Think Again. There's task conflict, which is just two people trying to address a problem, and then there's relationship conflict, where it's person versus person, and I have a different process to address both kinds of conflict. Task conflict's important, it's needed, it's necessary, it's actually in service to the greater good. Relationship conflict is problematic, and when it exists, important to work through.